9, where every local story starts here. A few of our top headlines for this Thursday. A high-speed chase in Estill County leads to multiple charges for one man. Plus, I-75 is still slow moving after a morning accident. And we're going to get you up to date on the happenings from the legislative session in Kentucky. All that plus more news, sports, and weather with Todd Nelson. That's all coming up here today, live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day, a high-speed pursuit in Estill County last night has left an Irvin man facing several charges. Police say Sergeant Conrad of the Irvin Police Department observed a car on Highway 89 in South Irvin around 6 p.m. last night. The car was traveling at a high rate of speed. When the officer initiated a stop, that suspect accelerated in an attempt to flee. The pursuit continued to McKee Road and eventually ended on Wagersville Road when the suspect pulled into a residential driveway. A subsequent search of the vehicle discovered methamphetamine. Arrested was 24-year-old Alex Hoffman of Irvin. He is now facing speeding over 25, fleeing, wanton endangerment, reckless driving, and resisting arrest charges. He was processed into the Three Forks Regional Jail around 9 p.m. last night. Well, a portion of Interstate 75 was down to one lane this morning due to two semi-trucks that turned over in Rockcastle County. That crash happened at the southbound at mile marker 52 and has slowed traffic pretty much all day. Kentucky State Police did say there were no major injuries to either driver. However, according to reports, that situation is still causing major delays at news time. Traffic is moving slowly and traffic has been backed up for hours. If you are headed that way, you should expect those delays. It may take some time to get through that area and some time for that traffic to finally thin out. Well, Lori Murphy Tatum, who serves as the executive director of the Richmond Tourism Commission, has been elected to serve as the 2024 president of the Kentucky Association of Conventions and Visitors Bureau. Murphy Tatum and other KACVB officers were elected by the association's membership at the December 2023 meeting in Henderson, Kentucky. The Kentucky travel industry is one of Kentucky's premier economic generators, and it is an honor to serve as the president of the association that represents a sector of that industry, said Murphy Tatum. KACVB is to be working hard this year to maximize the awareness of tourism to Kentucky's elected leaders and policymakers. The economic impact, jobs, and tax revenue that tourism produces for our state and communities is remarkable, said Tatum. Congratulations to Lori. Well, earlier this week, Republican lawmakers introduced House Bill 5, known as the Safer Kentucky Act, as a way of reducing crime and increasing the penalty for those crimes. WBON TV correspondent Keith West has more.
A sweeping crime prevention bill was introduced into the State House of Representatives for the 2024 legislative session. This omnibus bill, called the Safer Kentucky Act, targets over 20 policy provisions, such as a new 3 strikes law for violent offenders, regulating bail funding organizations, increasing penalties for attempted murder, and creating a statute for carjacking, and more. The bill's primary sponsor, Representative Jared Bauman of Jefferson County, spoke about the measure.
The first duty of any civilized society is to protect its honest citizens from those that prey on their innocent fellow citizens. Crime is something that directly impacts every single Kentuckian, and it is with a deep sense of purpose and value that we put forward the critical reforms in the Safer Kentucky Act.
Bauman added that the Safer Kentucky Act, officially known as House Bill 5, will be a priority for the House during this legislative session. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
Thanks, Keith. One of those provisions focuses on people sleeping on the streets, similar to what we've seen recently with the encampment off of Exit 90 here in Richmond. As written, anyone caught in a tent, hut, temporary shelter, or vehicle on a public or private street, sidewalk, area under a bridge or overpass, path, park, with the intent to sleep or camp without authority could face misdemeanor charges. The bill would add to the Stand Your Ground law, giving property owners the ability to confront such illegal campers with a gun or other force and not face consequences. The bill would make illegal camping a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and possibly a $5,000 fine. We're going to keep an eye on that bill. Well, emergency crews were dispatched to the scene of a fire at UK Good Samaritan Hospital in Lexington today. According to the authorities, officials said that the report was initially for a fire alarm. When crews arrived at the scene at just after noon, the emergency was upgraded to a structure fire after a haze was seen coming from a mechanical room on the ground floor. The ground floor was evacuated and the Lexington Fire Department extinguished the fire, which had started in electrical panels in the mechanical room. No one was reported injured. Around 19 units were called to the hospital fire. Emergency room patients were rerouted to Chandler Hospital. The rest of the critical functions of the hospital are still operating as normal. A fire investigator is working to determine what started that fire. Well, 2 men from London, Kentucky are arrested by police after a traffic stop. At approximately 9:51 this past Monday, a car was pulled over on Highway 490. That's according to London police officers due to the equipment violation. When approaching the vehicle, the police learned that both men in the car, 36-year-old Derek Feltner as well as 26-year-old Jamine Riley, had active warrants for their arrest. Reportedly, when Feltner was being taken into custody, Riley exited the vehicle and began to run away on foot. A police officer was able to catch up to Riley, and after a short struggle, he was arrested. Feltner and Riley were taken to the Laurel County Detention Center due to their warrants and additional charges. Feltner has been charged with operating a motor vehicle on a suspended or revoked license. The rear license plate was not illuminated and other minor traffic violations, while Riley was charged with resisting arrest and second-degree fleeing and evading the police. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Looks like the weather's getting ready to get crazy again here in central Kentucky. We've got Todd in the Weather Center going to give us a look at that forecast, and lots more news coming up right here live at 5.
Hi, I'm John Leeds, owner-operator of Leeds Fine Jewelry. I've been doing repair work for over 3 decades. Not only do we carry a large supply of Kentucky agate, we also have several lines of natural gemstones. We carry everything from small diamond earrings to large 3.5 carat studs. We have pearl necklaces and pearl earrings. We carry a large supply of gold hoops. 108 East Main Street in downtown Richmond, Kentucky. We're nationally known, we're locally owned.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
'Tis the season for sickness. Protect yourself and those around you with vaccinations at the Harness Health Pharmacies, powered by Mercy Health. Mercy Health Pharmacies offer vaccines for influenza, COVID-19, pneumonia, and RSV. Most vaccines are covered by the insurance, and in case they are not, Harness Health Pharmacy also partners with the primary care clinics for patients that are required by insurance to receive their vaccines there. Stop by the Harness Health Pharmacy in Irvin, located next to the Mercy Health Irvin Primary Care.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Sounds like that weather is getting ready to make a big cool down over the weekend. We've got meteorologist Todd Nelson in the Weather Center to give us a look at what to expect right here at home.
All right, Gwendolyn, yeah, we do have some very active weather on the way for Friday and Saturday. The winds will still be elevated into Sunday as well, but this wind advisory in place starting 7 a.m. Friday, lasting until 7 a.m. Saturday. And again, those winds, at least tomorrow during the middle part of the day and into the evening, could be approaching 40 to maybe even 50 plus miles per hour. So again, if you have any loose articles around the house that you want to be brought inside, probably not a bad idea. Still very strong winds on Saturday, and then late weekend, early next week, the winds do subside just a bit. But showers and thunderstorms on Friday, 53, windy and colder on Saturday, maybe a couple of flurries Saturday into Sunday. And again, looking at those cold conditions and flurries or light snow showers to linger into early next week. Here's tonight. Still not too bad. Temperatures may be bottoming out right around that freezing mark early tomorrow morning, but those clear skies that we had today will not be so nice tomorrow. As you notice, big storm system wrapping up over the central and eastern U.S. There is a marginal severe threat tomorrow. Damaging winds will really be the primary concern. And again, there will be some heavier rainfall off to the west, maybe some 1+ inch rainfall amounts there. As we get through 7 p.m. Saturday, looking on the order of maybe a quarter to a half an inch plus, certainly with some of the thunderstorms. But again, it does look like as we approach midday, the winds will be howling out there. Thunderstorms will be possible yet through the evening. And then we get into Saturday, and that wraparound moisture will be in the form of some snowfall. But we'll wake up to temps again. That will be a little bit warmer than that. That overnight low will occur just after midnight. But here comes the rain and thunder. It gets very windy tomorrow, as I mentioned. And looking at some pockets of heavy rain. Saturday will be much colder as we drop down to around the freezing mark for daytime highs. Windy with some scattered snow showers kind of off and on through early next week. But again, Gwendolyn, it will be a very active next couple of days.
Thanks, Todd. And for Weather All the Time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, London police are investigating a deadly crash on I-75. According to officials, that collision occurred Wednesday night on I-75 near the southbound exit of the exit 41 ramp. There are no other details that have been made available at this time, but when additional information becomes available, we will have that updated at WBONTV.com and the WBON TV Facebook page. Well, on January 3rd of this year, the City of Jackson Police Department arrested Brianna Price of Lee County in relation to a vehicle that had been reported stolen by Enterprise Rent-A-Car right here in Richmond. According to the Betaville Enterprise, Price told Jackson Police that she had made the last payment for the rental in September of last year. Jackson Police confirmed the stolen vehicle information and turned the case over to the Richmond Police Department. Brianna Price has been charged with receiving property $10,000 or more. Well, this Thursday, the Fayette County Court sentenced Susan Harding, a former daycare worker who had been charged with 2 counts of child abuse. The families of the children who were in Harding's charge were asked about the sentencing. Ashley Arrington, mother of 4-year-old Chase, said that the pain and suffering that Chase has endured over the last 3 or even more than 3 years since this happened, it's hard for her to address the court because she lives it every single day, the things that she has done for him and the effects that it has had on his life. The judge presiding over the case gave Harding a sentence of 6 months conditional discharge. This means that Harding walks free and will not serve jail time, provided that she follows conditions set up by the court. The Arrington family expressed disappointment at the sentence given. The Arringtons state that Chase is suffering from extreme developmental delays because of Harding's actions. He was diagnosed with a brain bleed, which doctors attributed to several instances of abuse. Before the diagnosis, Chase was in the care of Harding from April to July of 2020. Another mother, Aresh Sarathina, stated that the same thing happened to her son when he was under Harding's care over a decade ago. Aresh said that her son was a healthy 9-month-old toddler. After they took him home from the hospital, he suffered severe headaches, severe vomiting, unable to eat, and eventually did get an ERI on his head, which showed a severe head bleed 9 days later. And the reason why it took so long was because Susan Harding was not truthful with the ER staff. Both Ashley and Arath gave emotional speeches at Harding's trial. The judge handed out the sentence after those speeches. The sentence was an unexpected and unwanted surprise to both families. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Dawson Rule coming up after this with sports.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Watch the Real McCoys weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on Heartland.
Family known as the Real McCoys.
Watch Laugh-In on Retro TV, Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 8.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Welcome back to Live at 5. The All-A Classic matchup between Berea and Models girls basketball teams was a big win by Berea. But tonight, the boys' edition of this matchup will seemingly be much closer. Sports anchor Dawson Rule is in the studio to discuss those games and more upcoming matchups.
As we continue to power through this Thursday, let's take a few minutes to check out some sports news, as there's some big basketball notes to get to. The All-A Classic began for our Madison County teams last night, and the Berea and Model girls teams went head-to-head in a big matchup. Berea won comfortably, 46-27 over Model, leading scoring by Sophie Brewer with 19 and Maddie King with 10. On the Lady Patriots side, Riley Hunt scored 11, Piper Moore scored 9, and Maya Bendari dropped 5 points. Model will next host Francis Parker at home on Saturday at 1, while Berea will next play LCA in the next round of the All-A on Saturday at 2. Best of luck to Model and to Berea in this tournament. Madison Southern's girls team is back in action tonight. They'll be road warriors, though, heading to Harrison County for a game at 7:30. The Phillies are 5-10 compared to Southern's 8-6, and Southern has been mixing in young talent and getting better throughout the season, so big advantage goes to the Lady Eagles tonight. Good luck. On the boys' side of basketball this evening, we have a big one set to play. Model and Berea's boys teams will be facing off tonight at 7:30 in the boys' edition of the All-A Classic up at Frankfort High School. This is a massive game for Madison County sports fans, as Berea's boys have won 6 straight and Model is competing hard at 7-9 after their last game was only a 10-point loss to Lexington's Dunbar High School. The EKU men are back in action 8:30 tonight on the road at Central Arkansas. The Colonels are 7-point favorites on the road at the 5-12 Bears, who need a conference win as badly as the Colonels do. EKU would be 3-0 in the ASUN with the win, while Central Arkansas could begin a winning streak with the upset tonight and begin to work closer towards getting back to 500. Now the all-time series is tied 2-2, with Central Arkansas winning the first 2 games and EKU sweeping the season series last year with 2 wins. Now the women's team still has a couple days to prepare for a big trip to Bellarmine on Saturday in conference. While the Colonels started 11-3, they lost their first 2 ASUN conference games to drop them back to 11-5 on the season before having this entire week to prepare for this week's game against the Knights. Tip-off is at 1 o'clock Saturday, and I'll have more game information tomorrow. One more college basketball note. Purdue, Houston, Kansas, and Tennessee, all ranked in the college basketball top 5, have lost this week. With a win on Saturday up at Kentucky over Texas A&M, the Cats will be entering into the AP Polls top 5 rankings next week, more than likely. That's going to conclude today's sports report. And before I forget, the greatest football coach of all time, Nick Saban, retired yesterday. So I wanted to take a second to congratulate him on a great career, even though I spent most of it rooting against the Tide. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dawson Rule with Madison County's sports coverage.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. We're going to take a quick break. Lots more news, including a road closure you might want to know about. That's coming up right after this.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Mushroom lovers, this one's for you. This is for the beef lovers too, the onion lovers, the Swiss cheese lovers. If you love all these things, then you're going to absolutely love our classic double mushroom onion melt. Try it now, only at A&W. Feel the heat at A&W with our delicious, cheesy, and spicy sriracha cheese curds. They're available for a limited time only, so come on in and try some today. Only at A&W.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
If it won't go down.
Call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy. Richmond has its very own TV station, WBON TV Channel 9, featuring 4 new TV channels of programming. Our primary station, 9.1, is available over the air with an antenna on all area cable systems, Roku, and our live player at WBONTV.com. You'll love the local sports and other local programming, including the only local newscast for the greater Richmond area, live at 5 daily. Find out more at WBONTV.com.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
Welcome back to Live at 5. The Kentucky Department of Highways has announced that they will temporarily close a portion of Kentucky 1787 in Rockcastle County. That closure is going to begin Monday, January 15th, and that is for shoulder repairs. The closed section will be between Clark Ridge Road and Dicey Cope Chapel Road. The closure is expected to last about 3 weeks. The start date and the duration of the work, of course, may be adjusted due to inclement weather or other unforeseeable delays. I'll let you know about that as that comes a little closer. Well, another reminder about the 15th. You have until January 15th to donate your live evergreen tree to Christmas for the Fishes. That is at Lake Reba. You can recycle your natural tree and help the fishes. All you got to do is remove all the decorations from your live evergreen Christmas tree and then drop that off out there at Lake Reba. That is going on through January the 15th. Those live Christmas trees will be dropped into local lakes and waterways, and that is to help improve fish habitat and fishing in the public waters. And again, you have until Monday to drop off your live Christmas tree right here in Richmond at Lake Reba. Well, the Kentucky Blood Center is facing a critical shortage with several blood types, including O negative, A negative, AB positive, and AB negative, down to just a one-day supply. Officials are concerned about the potential impact on unexpected traumas that can require significant blood units. The center is urging people, especially those with those blood types, O negative, A negative, AB positive, and AB negative, to donate. This is National Blood Donor Month in January. Donors will receive a free hoodie as an incentive to contribute to replenishing the blood supply. All blood types are welcome, and the center emphasizes the importance of regular donations to maintain a steady and sufficient inventory. Again, you can go to any local Kentucky Blood Center. The phone number, if you'd like some more information on that, is 1-800-775-2522. And you can also go to their website. That is kybloodcenter.org. And this is absolutely an urgent and critical need for the state. Thanks so much for joining us here today, Live at 5. Don't forget, we've got some bad weather moving into the area. Make sure that you are preparing for that. Heavy winds, very cold temperatures, all of that is heading our way. We'll have an updated forecast tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow, Live at 5.